Welcome to International Alliance Group's J-1 Teacher Cultural Exchange Program. We're so glad you're here. This video will walk you through the J-1 visa process, what to expect, what you'll need, and the support you'll have from our team every step of the way. We know this process can feel overwhelming, but you are not doing this alone. Take your time with this video and know that we're here if you have questions. Let's get started. Before we dive in, we want you to know who's here for you. On this slide, you'll see the members of your IAG visa team, from our operations leadership to our global mobility advisors. These are the people you'll be working with throughout this process. Take a moment to save this contact information. You'll hear from us before you arrive, and we'll continue supporting you during your time in the United States. If you ever have a question and aren't sure who to reach out to, any one of us can point you in the right direction. So, what exactly is a J-1 visa? The J-1 is a cultural exchange visa. The Department of State calls this the BridgeUSA program, and we love that name because it describes exactly what you're about to do. You are the bridge. You come to the United States and share your expertise, your culture, and your perspective with your peers, your students, and the community you live in. And when your program ends, you return home and take everything you've learned and experienced here, and you build that bridge back, sharing it with your peers, your students, and the community you return to. The program allows you to live and teach in the United States for up to 3 years, with the possibility of a 2-year renewal. International Alliance Group is your program sponsor and sending partner. Depending on your placement, your visa may be processed directly through IAG or through one of our partner sponsors, such as USA Employment or Intrex. Once your visa sponsor reaches out to you, it's very important that you prioritize that communication and follow their instructions. IAG is always here to help, but your sponsor will guide the visa process directly. You'll also receive a participant agreement. Please take the time to read it carefully. It outlines your responsibilities and what you can expect from the program. Let's talk about fees and what's included. Your visa sponsor charges a fee that covers visa sponsorship, DS 2019 processing, program compliance, placement coordination with your school district, orientation, and renewal processing if you're eligible to extend. In addition to what your sponsor provides, IAG offers a number of services at no extra cost to you. That includes pre-arrival consultation and planning, global mobility and relocation support, a budget exercise review to help you prepare financially, a local consultant when you arrive, professional development opportunities, and ongoing program support throughout your stay. We want you to know you're not just getting a visa, you're getting a team behind you. Once you're accepted into the program, you'll be invited to IAG's online portal as a program teacher. Inside the portal, you'll find your onboarding checklist. This is your step-by-step guide to preparing for your J-1 visa, your teacher certification, and your arrival in the United States. The first item on your checklist is a form about you, your experience, your background, and your teaching history. It's simple, and it gets the process started. Now, you may also be invited to your visa sponsor's portal. If that happens, you'll upload the same documents to both. We know that can feel repetitive, but it's an important part of the process. Here's why your checklist matters. Completing it is what allows your visa sponsor to prepare your DS 2019, and that's the document that lets you schedule your visa appointment. So the sooner you complete your checklist, the sooner things move forward. Now let's walk through each of the documents you'll need for your J-1 visa application. The next few slides will cover them one by one. The first document you'll need is a criminal background check from the government of your home country. This is a document that verifies you do not have a criminal record. There are 2 important things to keep in mind. First, the document must be current, issued within the last 6 months. If yours is older than that, you'll need to request a new one. Second, if the document is not in English, you'll need to provide both the original and a certified English translation. The translation should include the translator's name, title, and contact information. We recommend requesting this document early, since processing times vary by country, and you don't want it to expire before your application is complete. Next is the Head of School Cultural Exchange Letter. This is a letter from a head of school in your home country, and it has specific requirements, so please pay close attention. The letter must state that your home school is willing to work with you on cross-cultural activities that involve interaction between the United States and your home country. The school must be at the same academic level as your host school in the U.S. It must be signed by the head of school or someone in a position of authority within your country's school system, and it must include the signer's email and phone number. The letter should be on official school letterhead. It can be written in English or in your native language with a certified English translation. Just make sure the translation includes the translator's name, title, and contact information. A template is available on your onboarding checklist to help guide you. You will also need 3 letters, and all 3 must be dated from this school year. The first is an employment verification letter. This confirms that you currently hold a full-time teaching position. Now, the good news, you already provided this letter during the first stage of your application, so you don't have to worry about that one. It's done. The second is a supervisor reference, a letter from a current or former supervisor who can speak to your teaching skills and character. The third is a colleague reference, a letter from a colleague who can also speak to your teaching abilities and who you are as a professional. All 3 letters must be on official letterhead, signed and dated. If any of them are not in English, include the original along with a certified translation, with the translator's name, title, or organization, and contact information. Once this orientation is complete, you'll find a task on your checklist asking you to acknowledge that you participated, which is exactly what you're doing right now by watching this video. You don't need to complete that task today. We'll let you know when it's time. In that same section of your checklist, you can also download your program handbook at any time. That handbook is a detailed guide to your entire program. We'll reference it a few times throughout this video, and it's a great resource to come back to whenever you have questions. Now let's talk about your finances. This is an important one. There are 2 parts to this section: a budget exercise and proof of financial means. First, the budget exercise. You'll complete a simple budget based on your projected salary. Use the salary from your letter of intent. If you haven't received your offer yet, that's okay. Use $45,000 as a reference for now. Once you've completed it, upload it to your checklist. Our team will review it with you during your pre-arrival meeting, so don't worry about getting it perfect. The goal is to help you plan, not to judge. Second, you'll need to provide proof of financial means. A bank statement or line of credit dated within 30 days. We recommend a minimum of $4,000, but we strongly encourage at least $6,000. If you're bringing dependents on a J-2 visa, plan for more. If the bank statement is not in your name, include a letter from that person confirming you have full access to the funds. We know saving isn't always easy, especially while preparing for a big move. Upload what you have and keep saving. This is about making sure you can cover housing, food, bills, and transportation when you first arrive, before your first paycheck. One of the most important steps before you travel is your pre-arrival consultation, and this one is mandatory for all IAG program participants. But it's also one of the most helpful meetings you'll have. Our global mobility team, Daniel and Ruby, will reach out to schedule this with you. During the meeting, they'll review your budget exercise and talk through your plan for those first weeks. They'll discuss your travel plans, including flights and arrival support. They'll walk you through housing and transportation options in your area. And they'll confirm your visa approval, your appointment status, and your planned arrival date. One important note: IAG is your source of support for all travel and relocation questions. Please direct those questions to our team, not to your school site. Your school will be focused on getting your classroom ready. We'll take care of getting you there. Once you arrive in the United States, you won't be on your own. You'll be assigned a local consultant, someone in your area who will help you get settled. Together, you'll work through your arrival tasks. That includes applying for your social security number, exploring local housing options, completing your fingerprinting for your school's onboarding process, opening a U.S. bank account, setting up a local cell phone, getting your tuberculosis screening, and obtaining your driver's license or state ID. It's a lot, but you won't be doing it alone. Your consultant will guide you through each step. This next part is really important. Throughout the visa process, you need to keep IAG and your sponsor updated. Communication is everything. When we know where you are in the process, we can support you. When we don't hear from you, we can't help. Here are the 5 moments we need to hear from you. First, when you receive your DS 2019 or your SEVIS number. Second, when you schedule your visa appointment. Third, after your visa is approved. Fourth, when your arrival date is confirmed. And fifth, anytime. If you have a question, a concern, or something just doesn't feel right, reach out. That's what we're here for. The best way to reach us is at visa@iagusa.org. Now that your documents are ready, let's walk through how to actually apply for your J-1 visa. There are 4 main steps, and we'll go through each one. Before we get into the steps, let's take a moment to understand the purpose of the J-1 visa in the words of the Department of State. According to DOS, exchange teachers sharpen their professional skills and participate in cross-cultural activities in schools and communities, and they return to their home school after the exchange to share their experiences and increase knowledge of the United States and the U.S. educational system. That's the bridge we talked about earlier. Everything in this application process is designed to get you to that experience. Please note, while we'll walk you through each step and give you the best guidance we can based on official information and years of experience, visa issuance is ultimately the decision of the consular officer. We'll prepare you as thoroughly as possible. Step 1. Complete the DS-160 application online. You'll go to ceacstate.gov and select DS-160. A couple of quick notes before you start. Check the browser requirements. Safari is not supported. And you don't have to finish it in one sitting. You can save your progress and return later using your application ID and security answer. Answer every question truthfully, and make sure your answers match your documents. You'll also need to upload a photo in the required format. The photo requirements are listed on the site. Once you've reviewed everything and submitted, click Next, Confirmation, and print your confirmation page. You will need to bring this to your visa interview. A few questions that come up often with the DS-160. If you don't have a U.S. address yet, use your school's address. For the U.S. contact person, enter your responsible officer or alternate responsible officer. That information is on the bottom right of your DS 2019. And your SEVIS number and program number are also found on your DS 2019. So keep that form handy while you fill out the application. Step 2. Schedule your visa interview at the U.S. Embassy or consulate in your area. Before you do, check the specific instructions on their website, because systems and processes vary from embassy to embassy. If your school's start date is approaching and you need an earlier appointment, you can request an emergency interview. Follow the normal steps to schedule, then select Emergency Request, and explain that you need to travel within 30 days due to school trainings or your class start date. Once approved, cancel your original appointment and reschedule with the new dates. To get your emergency letter, reach out to your visa sponsor directly. If IAG is your sponsor, or if you need guidance on the process, email Joel at joel@j-1gusa.org and include your DS 2019 and letter of intent. Step 3. Pay your fees. There are 2 separate payments. The first is the visa application fee of $185 paid to the Department of State. Depending on your consulate, there may be additional fees, and if your visa is approved, you may also need to pay a reciprocity fee. That varies by nationality. The second is the SEVIS I-901 fee of $220 paid online at fmjfee.com I-901 fee. This is important. You must bring both payment receipts to your visa interview. Without them, you may not be seen. Before your interview, IAG's International Affairs team may reach out to offer a pre-interview consultation. This one is optional, but we highly recommend it, especially if it's your first time going through this process. During this video meeting, A specialist can help you with any questions about your DS-160, verify that you have all your documents ready, walk you through what to expect at the consular interview, and even do a mock interview with you so you feel prepared and confident. Step 4. Attend your visa interview. A consular officer will meet with you to determine your qualifications for the exchange visitor visa. Here's what you need to bring. Your passport. Make sure it's valid for at least 6 months beyond your program end date. Your printed DS-160 confirmation page, your application fee receipt, a photo if you didn't upload one digitally, your DS-2019 form, and your SEVIS I-901 fee receipt. In addition to the required documents, we recommend bringing anything that strengthens your application. That includes evidence of employment and family ties in your home country, things that show the purpose of your travel and your intent to return. Documentation showing your plan to depart the U.S. after your program ends, and proof of your financial ability to cover travel-related costs. Think of these as your supporting story. The consular officer wants to see that you have a clear plan and strong reasons to return home. Now we want to talk about something just as important as your visa and your documents, and that's cultural awareness. The next few slides cover some important information to help you adapt and thrive in the United States, both professionally and personally. Let's start with your professional life. Every school has its own culture, and U.S. schools may operate differently from what you're used to, and that's okay. Your program handbook goes into much more detail on this, so please read it carefully. But here are a few things to keep in mind. Professionalism matters. Arrive on time every day. Follow your school's dress code. Understand the school's discipline structure and how behavior is handled. These things may seem small, but they make a big impression. Communication is key. Respond to emails promptly. Keep open and regular communication with parents. And if you're ever unsure about something, a policy, a procedure, an expectation, ask. It's always better to ask than to assume, and this one is non-negotiable. Never leave students unsupervised in the classroom. Follow all school policies regarding student supervision and safety. This is taken very seriously in the United States. Now let's talk about your personal life. Living in a new country is exciting, and we want you to enjoy this experience fully. But there are a few things we need you to be aware of. Social media. Be thoughtful about what you post and who you interact with online. This is important. Do not connect with students on your personal social media accounts. Keep those boundaries clear. Personal safety. Be aware that the age of consent varies by state in the U.S. Always verify the age and identity of the people you spend time with. If you're using dating apps, exercise caution and make sure you know who you're meeting. And something that surprises many teachers, medical leave is not automatic. If you experience a medical situation, including surgery, pregnancy, or any condition that requires time off, you may not qualify for paid or even unpaid leave until you've met your district's required length of service, which is typically 12 months. This is important to understand early so you can plan accordingly. Again, your program handbook covers all of this in detail. Please make it a priority to read it. That brings us to the end of this orientation, and we want to leave you with this. The IAG team is here for you, not just during the visa process, throughout your entire program. If you have questions, concerns, or an emergency at any time, day or night, reach out to us. Our visa team email is visa@iagusa.org, and our emergency phone line is available 24/7 at 602-632-2380. On this slide, you'll also find contact information for our responsible and alternate responsible officers, our office address, and links to helpful resources, including the Wilberforce pamphlet on workers' rights. We are so excited to welcome you to this program. You are about to do something incredible. You're about to be the bridge. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.